You're watching the Move Be podcast with Kevin Methvin. Today we have a very special guest who's going to keep us all safe, or teach you how to keep yourself safe anyway, right? Dr. Tim Calvin with Split Second Response. Welcome to our show.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for being here. So, wow, I'm so happy that Alex introduced us, but to come to find out, I think we were already Facebook friends.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah, running some of the same circles, or kind of originally from the same area of the world, and even did the same martial art at one point back in the day. And I come to find out, he was just telling me his whole story about how he got to this point and starting this business, and how he's helping everyone learn how to defend themselves, not only with martial arts, but also with like tactical, right? Like guns. And
yeah, we do firearms. We do fundamental firearms. We do CCW permits. I do tactical training. I used to be on the SWAT team, so I incorporate SWAT from a civilian perspective.
Wow, SWAT team too?
Yeah.
This guy's done everything. He's been a Marine, he's been a business owner, he's been on the SWAT team, he was with the law enforcement. And so you want to tell them a little bit about your story?
Well, okay. So I own Split Second Response. I've owned it now since 2000. We started off as just a martial arts academy. We started adding other things to it. So around 2022, we added firearms. We started adding the first aid. We're a Red Cross certified training facility. We do first aid certifications. We started to add guard cards, helping people secure their guard cards and get employment in the security industry. We do their exposed firearms permit, baton permits, a variety of different things. So before I did that, I worked in law enforcement for 8 years, 2 years with Oakley. I did 1 year patrol, 1 year undercover narcotics. After getting shot at, I left OPD. I got shot at twice.
Wow.
So I guess I got one of those faces, right? So after getting shot at, I left OPD. I went to Nevada OPD. It was like night and day.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And then I spent 6 years there. While I was there, I did 3 years on the SWAT team. I went to the FBI SWAT training school, their basic academy for SWAT. I did 3.5 years as a defensive tactics instructor, training other officers how to defend themselves. And then I did 2 years teaching the ASP, expandable baton.
Oh, okay.
So,
yeah, you mentioned earlier that, teaching those folks how to get their guard card to get into the security industry, and then eventually a lot of those folks move up the ranks and end up becoming law enforcement officers. Is that correct?
oh yeah. So when I was a cop, a lot of the people that I work with worked security prior to going into law enforcement. It's a stepping stone for law enforcement. And then a lot of law enforcement officers, when they retire, go back into security. They do EP work, executive protection work.
Yeah,
So,
I've heard of that, but I didn't realize it was necessarily the other way around, going up.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I hear like a lot of retired officers end up being security officers, kind of in their retirement for extra income. But wow, that's quite the journey. And then you were mentioning that we have an event coming up, right, in July?
Yes. So I'm with the Brentwood Chamber of Commerce, and the chamber, they allow us to put together certain events. My event's going to be the Hometown Heroes Safety Expo. So it's going to be at Los Alamos College here in Brentwood. And we're going to be honoring our local law enforcement agencies. Brentwood, Antioch, the Sheriff's Department, BART PD will be there.
Oh, wow.
Oakley PD. So all of our local law enforcement agencies, our fire department will be there as well, Contra Costa County Fire. And then members of the DA's office. We have a lot of different agencies, first responders that will be there that we're going to pay honor to. We're going to highlight some of the things that they do. They're going to have like canines, drones, first aid demonstrations, fire trucks, police cars, SWAT vehicles.
Oh, wow.
Motor will be out there. So it's going to be a really fun, family-oriented event. And it's to get closer to the public as well. And for people interested in getting into those career pathways, they'll be there as well, recruiting and opening up the doors for people to get into there.
Fantastic. And that's on July 11th?
July 11th, yes.
And what time does it start?
Starts at 10 a.m., ends at 4.
From 10 to 4. Okay, great.
Yep.
I'm definitely going to make it because I love this kind of stuff. Plus, I want to support all of our first responders, of course.
Oh, great. Thank you.
And then your company's over in Oakley, is that correct?
Yes, 3100 Main Street. We're right behind Grocery Outlet.
Kind of where Hook, Line, Sinker used to be?
Yep, exactly. So,
maybe when you told me that earlier, like, yep, I know exactly where that's at. Great. And then you were also mentioned on, why you're trying to help those people get their guard cards and get into security and move up into law enforcement, because it's a big attrition rate. I didn't realize it was so much. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Oh, yeah. So right now we're suffering from a huge attrition rate in law enforcement, in the first responder community in general, law enforcement as well as fire. So you're getting more people leaving those career fields than you have coming in. And that creates a lot of problems for us. you have higher crime, you have slower police response times, slower fire response times. So, I'm trying to do what I can to try to fill that void to make our community safer. I think it's a great career pathway to take. I left, but I still have a lot of family members who are still cops or just recently retired.
Okay.
So, for me, I got to teach kids martial arts, man. There's nothing better than
isn't that great?
Right?
Yeah.
It is.
And also you have a ladies class too that you put on, right?
Yes. So not one more minute. And the reason why is every minute, statistically speaking, a lady's the victim of violence in California.
Wow.
So we created this program. It's a data-driven program. We looked at the different stats, the crimes committed against women, and then we based our program off of that. And then every month we do something different. It's not the same thing every month. So one month we're doing, situational awareness or threat assessment, how to establish a baseline, how to identify baseline disruptions, understanding your exit points and entry points, making sure that you understand the OODA loop, which is observe, orient, decide, and act. And then, what are you going to do when bad things happen? So, we do that. We'll do unarmed self-defense. I teach them less lethal weapons, how to use pepper spray, tasers, tack pins, what weapon works well for them. And then for me, I carry God knows how many weapons on me, but I do it legally.
It's kind of important.
Exactly. And then I go over the legalities of things as well. So, I'm not a lawyer, so I'm not claiming to be a lawyer, but I do teach a program for the United States Concealed Carry Association.
Oh, wow. Okay.
The use of lethal force. So I go over that and I talk about that, and it's through the USCCA. But it's teaching people, what you can and cannot do. We talk about what a reasonable person standard is in case you get judged by, say you defend yourself and now the jury's looking at you. They're going to judge you based on what a reasonable person would have done had they been you. So we talk about what a reasonable person standard is. We talk about reasonable use of force. We go over probable cause, reasonable cause, how you can defend yourself. California is not a stand your ground state. So it's, if something happens, you're obligated to disengage and leave the scene when it's safe to do so.
Okay.
If you don't do that, you can, cross the line and go to jail. So we discuss things like that.
Okay. Wow. And you mentioned the pepper spray.
Yeah.
I didn't realize you could totally use it wrong, but you mentioned, what if the wind's blowing in your face? What if it's heavy rain? Do you know how far it'll shoot? I mean, these are all things that I didn't even think of.
Oh, yeah.
So it's great that someone is able to teach these things, in our local community. And then the women's self-defense class, did you say you do it once a month? Or?
Yeah. So next month, we're doing it on the 27th, June 27th.
Okay.
That month, we're going over the legal, we're doing less lethal options, the pepper spray and things like that. And then after that, we're getting into firearms. So they'll learn, we have what we call CERT guns. They're laser fire training pistols. Oh. So I get them at our facility, and then I go over the CERT guns. I go over basic firearms, how to hold it, proper stance, and, sight picture, sight alignment, all these different things. And then after I get them through the basics, then I start teaching them tactics. So I said, I was on the SWAT team. So I take SWAT tactics and I attach it I do it from a civilian perspective.
Okay.
Somebody breaks into my house. What am I going to do? I'm going to lock my house down. I have a special password, a special word that I say to my family so they all know. We have a special location that we go to. My wife's calling 911. My daughter's grabbing a secondary weapon, making sure that she's ready to engage a threat if she needs to. And I train everybody in my family. So everybody in my family is a black belt. Everybody in my family goes to the range. They shoot. They learn tactics. It's what we do. Right?
Yeah, I've seen plenty of photos on your website.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And if anyone's looking to reach you and get information on classes, what's the best way to reach you?
Best way to reach us, you can call us 925-420-3898, or you can just come in and visit us.
Okay. And then get your address one more time. It's on Main Street, right?
Yeah, 3100 Main Street, Suite 260.
Fantastic. Well, I'm looking forward to that event. I'll definitely see you there. Maybe even earlier for a little martial arts training. It's been a long time since I've done martial arts, and I could definitely use a refresher. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. And we'll see you guys next time.